Why do some people keep getting opportunities while others kind of disappear? Like, it's not always about being the best, but somehow certain people maintain a strong brand presence.
I actually went on a spending ban where I didn't buy anything, and the lessons that I learned was I like making purchases. I like to find clothing and pieces. They are an extension of my personality.
Patricia Bright is a very good example of this. She's been on YouTube for about 14 years, and we've been watching YouTube for about 10 years, and we've seen a lot of creators hit the wall. Right, and Patricia didn't start creating content based on strategy or positioning. She was just having fun and sharing lookbooks and doing a lot of Q&As. It was real and relatable. And in an interview, she mentioned YouTube wasn't doing monetization at this time, so she was sharing content authentically for 3 years. Exactly. And I think that's why she lasted. And she adapted when YouTube shifted. When the content became more polished, she upgraded. When the influencer space changed, she evolved with it. Right. Meanwhile, there's OG content creators that we no longer see in our feed. Like, they're no longer creating content. And some kept doing the same type of content, and then others evolved as social media did.
I've also built a really great team in-house. So one of the things I'm really excited for is creating more amazing, higher value content for people.
Right, that's very true. And Patricia, she's just a personality. She's smart, she's funny, she's dynamic. It's not just about what she does, it's who she is. People love watching her. We love watching her.
I've now been in this industry for 11 years, give or take. And a lot has changed in both myself, the industry, and everything around me.
And then you have Lydia Malin, who started with a blog and was doing fitness content on Instagram before pivoting into luxury shopping hauls and QAs and even doing unboxings on YouTube. And when she pivoted, Now she's a lifestyle creator from the English countryside. And it works because she's built this whole world around herself. Right. And she kept her content really relatable to the point where her audience still feels so connected to her. So even though her lifestyle is elevated and also her content, her audience still feels connected. And that's the key. She evolved and her content evolved with her. She didn't force it, she grew, and her audience grew with her. You ever feel like we overthink things too much? Like, we want everything to be so perfect, but meanwhile, people who just post, who just go for it, are the ones actually getting ahead. Right. I think it's because we're so used to playing it safe. We know we should be more visible, but sometimes we hesitate while other people just do it. They just show up with flaws and all. And that's the difference. The people who get the most opportunities, they're not waiting for some perfect moment. They show up before they're perfect. They're not sitting around hoping to be chosen. They're creating their own moment. Right. And I think that's the whole comfort creator trend that is huge right now on TikTok. And people love watching the content because it feels so personal, raw, and unfiltered. It's like that bestie energy where creators are literally just talking to the camera in bed. No makeup, no filter. And people love it because it feels real. And I get it. I don't personally love it, but I understand why it works. People want to feel, close to you. They want to feel like you're their bestie. And they love that casual, unfiltered feeling. But the thing is, if you do it too much, where does that leave you in brand positioning? And I think that's what we're realizing. We have to be willing to grow publicly. Like our personal brands, they just can't stay the same forever. That's something that you and I should think about. Being intentional and positioning ourselves in the format of being willing to grow with platforms while staying true to ourselves. And that's where you have to be intentional. Like, yes, just post, but don't just post randomly. Every piece of content should have some thought behind it. Why are you posting this? How do you want people to feel when they see it? What kind of success or attention do you want to attract? Exactly. Like, you don't want to just post anything and be branded by a certain theme or topic that you're not that into. Because that's the thing. When you post consistently, you start to see what sticks and what your audience wants to see from you. But you also have to ask yourself, how do I want to present myself to the world? Exactly. So if your personal brand is about laying in bed, looking super comfy and speaking to a camera, do that. Do whatever feels authentic to you. But if it's about posting refined content and looking polished, then do that. Whatever you do, it should feel authentic to yourself. And that's what people miss. It's not about one style being better than the other. It's about the way you show up and if it aligns with the success that you want to have. So whatever you do, just make sure it's intentional. We started upgrading our equipment almost 4 years ago, and last year we got a new camera. But here's the things. This wasn't about following some rule book for content creation. It was a personal preference based on our goals. Exactly. It's not about saying you need the best camera or you need the best lighting to grow, but for us, we knew the image we wanted to build. We wanted our content to feel polished, refined, and intentional. Right, and it goes deeper than just equipment. It's about how we're presenting ourselves. People don't just see the content, they see the effort behind it. If we want to align with high-end brands and do premium collaborations and have amazing opportunities, then our content needs to feel aligned and high-end. It's a mindset shift. It's not about hoping someone notices us. It's showing up in a way that makes people pay attention. So yeah, Patricia Bright and Lydia Millen didn't just get lucky. They positioned themselves. They adapted, they evolved, and they made themselves impossible to ignore. And if we want to attract bigger opportunities, we have to stop waiting for them. We have to start positioning ourselves the way we want to be seen. Let's start moving like we already belong. Thank you for watching our YouTube video, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video where we talk more about building our brand. Bye!